members of the Pride. I am on vacation. In case you didn't notice by this beautiful room that I am currently in, and I am here with my girlfriend. Say hi, Angel. How you doing? So Angel and I are here. We got checked into our room here. We're about to go and visit with my daughter, and then we're going to be heading out to go to dinner with her. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing Huntington Library and Gardens. So that'll be really cool. And then after that, we're going to go to the Pirate Adventures Dinner Theater. And that'll kind of be our first day. And then the day after, we're going to start Disneyland. So I'm going to be doing just little recordings here and there just to kind of show you what it is that I'm doing on my vacation. And, Cherub and I will occasionally kick in and hello, and just to check in. So that was all. So see you in a bit. I'm here at the Huntington Library and Gardens. I'm here with my daughter Amberly and Sean, her fiance, and Cherub. And it actually turns out that the Huntington Library apparently has a very famous painting. Perhaps you recognize this fellow right here if you're any sort of art buff. I'm currently standing next to a little cutout of the Blue Boy. If any of you know the famous painting, The Blue Boy, it's actually a very famous painting. It's well known. If you don't know about it, do a Google search for it. It's actually kind of an interesting painting. It has an interesting history to it. So I'm going to be looking around the Huntington Library and Gardens today. This is where we're starting. We're in the orientation center right now. This is where we're starting. So come on along. It's kind of hard to talk right now, but I'm in the middle of one of the exhibition halls right now. And this place is really amazing. It has an original from Isaac Newton, an original Chaucer, Canterbury Tales. It has an original from William Shakespeare. This place is really amazing. It has original manuscripts from all of them. Forgive me for the darkness of this video, but right now they have to keep all the lights low, and I'm keeping a very low tone. But I mean, they have original founding documents from the original Revolutionary War here. And they have actual, I'm gonna show you something real quick as soon as I have to wait a moment. But if you look behind this here, that book there, that book is the original Birds of America by John James Audubon. And yeah, 1785. Actually, this was written 1827. Audubon was 1785. And they have original works of art here that are in the written word. This is for an English major like me. This is really thrilling. I'm kind of going, "Ooh, this is really cool." So forgive the darkness of the video. They like I said, they have to keep it very low light in here to prevent damage to the manuscript, because all these manuscripts that I'm seeing are all original. I can't take video footage of any of them because they're very particular. So, but I just they're letting me do this real quick. So, really cool. I'm excited. Okay, the lighting's a little bit better here. I still have to keep my voice down, but I just wanted to continue to mention that. I mean, the books here, that Isaac Newton's Principia, one of the original Gutenberg Bibles, original works by Jack London and Charles Dickens. It's the history here is absolutely staggering. We're talking about books that have been hand drawn with their original illustrations, and often handwritten. Without any sort of type or anything, but simply handwritten, that are hundreds of years old. This place absolutely boggles my mind. that was probably one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. For a guy who's like big into English literature and history and all of that, Huntington Library is absolutely phenomenal. I recognized almost every work in there, almost every major author and work in there. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. These are like some of them ancient works, and some of them not quite so old, but still incredibly famous works. Even stuff by Einstein and by Volta and by Newton, and I mean both scientific and like English literature. Incredible stuff. If you haven't seen this, you've got to go check it out. We've just entered the Huntington Art Gallery, the European art specifically. And we're going to be able to see the different artworks here, and then afterwards we're going to go to the American art. Once again, I don't think they're going to be too happy with me taking too many pictures or anything like that, but I figured I'd just stay here and I just kind of let you guys know where I am. So just to kind of give you a view of the hall. We'll see if they'll let me take any videos of anything. If not, that's, you'll know why. I don't know what piece this is. I just think it's really pretty. So I'm taking a few moments to show some footage of it because this is just really damn pretty. Turns out they're okay with taking some minor footage as long as I don't use any lights or flash photography or anything. So give you guys kind of a look at what I'm looking at here.
Let's pretend that we should have got those audios. You get sorry. Yeah.
Honestly, I wish I could have taken footage of all of the great works, the written works that they have here at the Huntington Library, but unfortunately, they were very, very adamant. They did not want anybody taking pictures there. And honestly, they keep it very dark for a reason, so that that there would be no damage to the books. And so it made sense. I mean, I wasn't upset that they didn't want me to take footage of the books because it would have required me to turn on my flash and my light and all that because they deliberately keep it very low light in there to prevent damage. So it's understandable, and it wasn't possible for me to take footage of the books. Although honestly, I wish that I could have. The written works that are at that were in that library were just absolutely astounding. These are beautiful works, though. Here we have one of the most famous duo paintings of all time, is Pinky and the Blue Boy. As you can see, this is Pinky here, and she's still in good shape. They're not doing any work on her. As you can see, though, as we look across the rest of the gallery, you kind of see some of the other artworks, and all the way across to the other side, over here, we have the Blue Boy. Now, normally the Blue Boy is where where it says up there, where it says Project Blue Boy. It would normally be posted there. Right now, it looks like they're doing some work on it, restoration work on it. We're gonna zoom in on him. Also, a very famous painting. And there are legends that say that the Blue Boy and Pinky, because she is known as Pinky, Blue Boy and Pinky are like star-crossed lovers or some other legend of that sort, when in fact it's not actually true. There is a legend of the two of them being lovers, but in fact it's just a coincidence that the two are staring across from each other. But The Blue Boy and Pinky are very famous works of art. In fact, all of these are exceptional pieces. We're currently at the Rose Garden, and I think we're about to head down into the either, I think this is the Japanese or the Chinese garden, I'm not sure which, but you kind of look down, you can see like a great big tunnel of green kind of heading in there, and I'm going to whip around here. You can see another like huge archway of green and roses. What we just came from the Rose Garden. These gardens, obviously the lighting is not that great, but the rose gardens are wonderful here. I'm absolutely, this place really is like kind of shocking in its beauty and just how much is involved in how much they really preserve history and really like revere nature here. I'm so glad I came here.
A lot of money in researching mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Because like if you just look at number of human deaths. So these are Australian.
Why your backpack so small? Hold this for a second.
Oh yeah, you can loosen it. So you'll have to take off the zip again.
It's not worth it. I'm not gonna screw it. I'll just carry it like this. Done a lot of things together, haven't we? Everything I.
We're currently in the lily ponds area. We've been through the Australian gardens and through the Japanese and Chinese gardens. We're currently in an area called the lily ponds. This is such a huge area. We've been walking for like a couple of hours. These gardens are enormous. If you're interested, behold, koi. This is the desert garden here. This is the front part of the heritage walk, as you can see there. There is so many cactus along this garden. I mean, the whole place is just pretty much one big cactus, as one can imagine, since we're in the desert garden. So you can imagine there's a huge number of succulents, a huge number of very prickly, scary looking things. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want to have a close encounter with these. It's just I don't know, call me silly. I'm getting nervous just walking through this area. Each one of these things represents a very bad day if you decide to take a tumble. So I'm going to be walking very carefully through this area. Well, we're at the end of the day for Huntington Library and Gardens. Awesome place. If you're into this kind of thing, I highly recommend it. We're going from here to Pirate Adventure. So, that'll be like a dinner theater kind of thing. I don't intend to take any footage of that, so sorry, you're on your own. If you want to actually watch it, you'll have to go buy tickets like we did. So, see you tomorrow at Disneyland. So we're outside of Disneyland at the downtown Disney. We're sitting and having a little Starbucks breakfast before we go in and have fun at Disneyland. Turns out the place is pretty quiet today. There's not as many people as I would have thought there would be on a summer day. They're saying that since it's slightly rainy today, that it shouldn't be very busy today. So we're planning to go straight onto the Star Wars stuff and see if we can go check that out. And then from there, we're just gonna wing it. We're gonna go on whatever we want. So, yay! This has been a great vacation so far. I'm just saying. Say hi. Say hi. We are currently in in Disneyland itself. We're waiting for the park to open. As you can see, we're next to Frontierland and Adventureland over here. We were thinking about going into Star Wars Land first, but we decided that what the heck, we're going to look at the rest of the park first, and we'll just do that maybe on another day, or maybe we'll do it later today. I don't know. It depends on what we're feeling. So we're at the Big Thunder Mountain ride right now. We just got off of Pirates of the Caribbean, and we did Haunted Mansion, and right now we're getting on Big Thunder Mountain. Angel's never been on any of these things, so far she's absolutely loving it. She's been like just really excited about it, so it's kind of cool. So yeah. We are just now entering Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. I've never been here before. Wow, this is cool.
Good, see?
Okay,
Very nice.
I don't even know where to go. Should go left, right? Where do we go? Left. Okay, left it is. All right. You get to follow around with us for a little while because we don't know where we're going. So, wow! Look at this place. This is cool. Okay, is this a? Oh, look at these guys.
I warned you. See?
We need like a map to tell us where we're going. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off because we need to find out where the heck we're going. Behold, the Millennium Falcon from behind.
What an air blow.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. And quick, some wall, lots of wall, and oh, more Millennium Falcon. We're making our way to the front of the line right now. It's actually pretty impressive about what's going on in the park today. Almost everywhere else in the park is practically deserted. Everybody is in Star Wars Land. We kind of came to Star Wars Land sort of on a whim. We were originally thinking to just go to the rest of the park, just see the rest of the park. We thought, Star Wars, cool and all that, but we weren't like all that excited about it. And then as we were passing by the entrance to the place, we just on a whim decided, what the heck, we might as well go. And I mean, if you look behind me, you can see like, I gotta say, they really do make this look like an old spaceport, like from the Star Wars universe. I gotta say, this is impressive detail. This is actually very cool. So we're in line for the Millennium Falcon ride right now. Have no idea what's going to be in store for us. All we know is that it's about a 2-hour wait. So fortunately, we're here for 3 days, so we're not in any rush.
We have other engines, right? This can't be the only one left in the entire building, can it? Did Hondo lose a bet? And now he has to try to bring this piece of junk back to life?
Well, that was cool. Very few people know that, in fact, it is from here that all of the Star Wars rides are actually, worked from. It's just from these tiny little areas. See, as you can see out on the Millennium Falcon out there, that's run, just right from here. You would never know that, but it's true. Even though like the lighting in here is terrible and you can't see a damn thing. So, just a heads up. It's totally true. So apparently, this ride is very interactive. Apparently, we're actually going to be fixing things and firing weapons, and they've given us these like passes. I guess we're going to be engineers. We're going to be purple. They haven't called purple yet, but I guess we're actually going to be working together on the Millennium Falcon to make sure everything works out okay. This is different. One of my favorite big buddies in the world, Pluto. Hello. I love that guy. Well, you don't get more iconic than this. We are here at It's a Small World, probably one of the most famous rides in the world. I'm pretty sure anybody who's been here before recognizes that site. We're about to head on to it now and enjoy. This is probably one of the best rides, even though it's slow and it's not terribly exciting. It's probably one of the best rides in the park. Definitely the most iconic. So, yay! I'm really liking today. Turkey, because a turkey leg and in Disneyland go hand in hand. They're like this. You can't have Disneyland and not do turkey legs. That's a sin. I'm pretty sure somewhere in the Bible it says thou shalt have turkey legs at Disneyland. I'm almost positive that's a thing. So I'm just saying. And of course, probably the most iconic thing in the park would be Cinderella's castle. There's not too many Disney spots that really say Disney more than the Cinderella castle. I think everybody's aware of this one. Really looking good today. If we could, maybe just stop having people getting right in front of my shot. I'm about to show you guys a secret that a lot of people don't know about Disneyland, but I do. This is something that's been around for a while. All right, Angel, turn around. Do you see that golden apple right there? You just discovered one of the secrets of Disneyland. This is actually the golden apple from the movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and when you touch it, it does that. One of the sneaky little things that you never see about Disneyland, but if you explore around Disneyland, you'll find lots of little Easter eggs like that. Let's see if, in fact, Cherub is the true king of England. Well, she'd be the queen of England, I suppose. But, no, it doesn't look like it. So, it was worth a try. We just got off of Splash Mountain. This will give you an idea. I don't know if that shows up or not, but the top half of me is completely drenched and the bottom half of me is completely dry. So, basically everything from the side, like this, you can see. Yeah. Day 2 of Disney Fest. Well, Disneyland. I can never do these things where it looks like I'm being like all noble or epic or anything. I'm just not good at that kind of thing. So let's just say today's California Adventures. So we just came into California Adventures. First place we're going to go to is probably down Hollywoodland and check out the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride. I haven't seen that yet. That'll be something new. As you can see, Cherub's needing to conduct a little bit of business before we head out there. She's very popular. I don't know if you know this, but she's very popular. She's like one of the best hairdressers on the planet. So like, she's got like a huge number of customers constantly bothering her, even though she told them like, I'm on vacation. But she's so popular, you don't even know. So it's like, she's the best. Don't even don't think I'm complaining. I'm not. But we're gonna be doing that, and probably going to the Monsters Inc. thing. Maybe doing the Frozen thing. I don't know. We're kind of up in the air. We haven't made any solid plans for California Adventures. We're just gonna roam around. But I was thinking maybe Guardians of the Galaxy first, since I know for sure I haven't been to that. We're in Cars Land. We just got to the Radiator Springs Racers. We're literally walking into the line. I never see this. We must have just came on. This week must just be dead. For some reason, we're just practically walking on to half of these rides. In the middle of summer, this is insane how quiet it is. I'm used to seeing lines like this in the middle of like the off season on rainy days. We're just getting amazingly lucky. It's widely known that in California Adventures, some of the craziest adventures that you can have in Disney are found right here on the pier. Pixar's pier has a lot of really crazy stuff, like the Incredicoaster and the big Ferris wheel with Mickey, and some of the Midway Mania. Lots of different cool stuff here. I'll grant you, it's not up there with some of the thrill parks that you can find elsewhere. But for Disneyland, this is where the crazy stuff generally tends to be. I understand that some cartoon characters want to become big and famous, but I wonder if maybe some may have gone a little bit too far. I'm just saying, there's such a thing as ego, Mickey. It's one thing to have your face on everything, but good Lord, Mouse. I mean, what are we doing? I'm just saying. That's just ego. We just got off of soaring over California. Awesome, as always. That was my dad's favorite ride. Always kind of chokes me up a little bit. But it's a great ride. I love that ride. As you can probably see behind me from the snake idols, I'm currently in Indiana Jones, in the Temple of Mara, or whatever it is, the Indiana Jones ride. And this is one of my favorite rides in the entire park. We haven't had a chance to be able to do it yet, just because it had been shut down every time we tried to go before. Now that it's working again, the lines are just incredibly long. So we're likely going to be here for probably a couple of hours. I mean, the front thing says a half an hour, but from where I'm standing right now, more like 2.5 hours. There's no way it's going to half hour from here. So I don't think they've updated their signs in a while or something. But in any case, doesn't matter. I like this ride. I'm going to go on it. I thought I'd just kind of take a second and give you kind of an eye view of what it is that is going on here. Especially since I don't know where Cherub went. I seem to have lost her. Oh, there she is. I found her. But I thought maybe I'd give you a quick look at the parade. Nothing crazy, just a short look. You want to stay?
No, it's okay. Sit on the break.
Hold on, I'm going to switch views. get the distinct feeling that these guys are just monkeying around. All right, Simba, are you a squeaking lion or a roaring lion? Let's hear it. Apparently, he's a roaring lion. My favorites! I love Mary Poppins! Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Done. Woo! Stepping time. Stepping time. Time. Stepping time. Take your knees up, stepping time. Take your knees up, stepping time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Take your knees up, stepping time. Try that again.
Thank you for
Okay,
joining
admit
us
it.
on
You wanted to
this
see that.
sensational parade.
You know what's funny, but I actually suspect that not a whole lot of people recognize where I am right now. Now, I'm going to give you a little bird's eye view here and show you kind of a brief glimpse of the area. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, where the heck is this place? I've never even seen it before. And the fact of the matter is, not too many people actually come through this area. It's a surprisingly little traveled place. And it's dark in here, unfortunately, because it's nighttime when I'm in here. But nighttime's actually the best time to come here. Because of so much, because it's got so much atmosphere. This is actually the Pixie Hollow, which is I'm about to get dark again. Sorry about that. This is Pixie Hollow, and it's a place that not too many people come to because not a whole lot of people realize it exists. Most people tend to just walk by the area because they just think to themselves, well, it's just decoration. But what they don't realize is that, in fact, this particular area is right next to Cinderella's castle and is part of her gardens. And so because it's so hidden away and so small, not too many people actually end up coming back here. In fact, most people just walk right by. So the people who actually take the time to really explore Disneyland and really try to find out as much as possible about it, you might be surprised at exactly how much you'll find that is kind of hidden away, completely accessible to the general public, but people just walk by it without ever realizing it's there. So the people who actually take the time to explore the place find out about these little gems. Day 3 of Disneyland begins. This time is going to be just whatever we want to do. We're going to switch between Disneyland and California Adventures. We're not even going to worry about like any sort of plan, with the exception with two exceptions. One, we have dinner plans at the Blue Bayou today for lunch. We got super lucky with being able to find reservations for that. We got so lucky. We had a cancellation at the last second, and I happened to just swoop in at just the right time, so it was perfect. And the other thing we're going to do is we need to grab tickets to World of Color. Hopefully we can grab them before they run out. It's never a guarantee that you're going to be able to get World of Color tickets before they're done. And if it turns out we miss it, well, at least we can say we tried. So let's start day 3 of Disney Fest. You know, I don't think I should call it that. I feel like that's just the wrong word. This is Disney. If you've never seen there's a thing here, I don't know exactly what you'd call it, but it's called Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. If you've never been to this before, it's actually a great show. It gives you kind of an insight into the way, America was born, and how it was created and how it grew. It kind of gives you insight into Abraham Lincoln. And it seems like it would be kind of a boring thing, but it's actually pretty cool. And if you ever find your feet hurting after a long day of walking around Disneyland, coming in and watching Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln is a great way to spend some time. It's like about 15 minutes You get off your feet for a little while, and you watch a pretty darn good show. We're about to do that right now. As you can see, we got the hallway behind me here. They just let in a show, and we kind of just missed it. So we're going to get the next show, and then after that, we're going to Blue Bayou for lunch. I realize you can't see this right now, but actually, we're at the Blue Bayou right now, as you can see from my glowing drink here. This is probably the nicest restaurant in the entire park, probably any of the Disney parks, frankly. They're fantastic. I love the Blue Bayou. It's absolutely amazing food, and the people are very nice, and it's right next to the Pirates of the Caribbean. How do you go wrong with that? Again, if this is something you've never done in your life, save the money. It's worth it's worth going at least once. But I'll tell you, make sure you get reservations, because trying to get into this place, it's like about maybe a 5 or 6 day wait. So you have to kind of make sure you get your reservations in. Otherwise, you're gambling with whether or not you'll get in.
Your inspection.
We're on the
For the rest of
Columbia.
you, we invite you to stay up
I've never
on deck,
actually been on the
feel wind
Columbia.
in your
The only
face,
other
and
time I was on
experience
the American
wonders of
River
this
here
land we
was
now know as
was
America.
on the steamboat. So this is the first time I've ever actually been able to get on the Columbia. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But here, I'll give you a quick look around. Cool, huh? Just remember, everyone, Minnie Mouse made a little flirty, just a little bit slinky, too. I'm just saying that perhaps Minnie Mouse may be just a tad bit on the naughty side in this picture. I'm just saying. After 2.5 days of Disneyland and also a day at the Huntington Library and Gardens, both Cherub and my feet are hurting. We're tired. We've decided that we've pretty much covered everything at Disneyland at this point. So we've decided to go ahead and just take the rest of the third day, and we're gonna sort of take it off and relax. Gonna go back to the hotel room, put our feet up, maybe watch some TV, and just rest our feet for the rest of the day. Since tomorrow we're gonna be doing Universal Studios, and Universal Studios is it's a smaller park. It can easily be done in a single day, but still it requires a lot of walking around. Fortunately, there's a lot of stuff that you can sit to do, which is great, but still we're just gonna take it easy on ourselves. Our feet hurt. I've got blisters. And so I think we're just going to take the rest of the day, rest our feet, and be all the stronger for tomorrow, and make a great push for Universal Studios. So, signing off for the day. Day 5 of our vacation extravaganza. We are doing Universal Studios today. We're currently walking down City Walk, which is kind of like downtown Disney, except for Universal. There's a lot of stores along here and such. We kind of got a rocky start today. The car's low tire indicator came on, so we needed to get that checked just to make sure we didn't blow a tire on the way over here. So we got that checked, and then we hit some pretty rough traffic getting in here, so we're here a little bit later than we wanted, but it's all right. Fortunately, Universal can easily be done in a single day, and I'm not too worried about it. So we're gonna have some fun today, and hopefully you'll be able to show you some of this stuff. For example, this. Just some of the stuff that's along the City Walk. I'm sure you recognize this. I mean, do I really need to point out what this is? If you don't, then you should know that this is shred. Smile, baby. But you're all familiar with the Universal's Universal globe, so you know I think by now the entire thing is like circled around. You could probably see like all the words for yourself. So another iconic spot here at Universal Studios is, of course, the filming side. I like this little statue here. It really kind of captures everything about Hollywood and kind of the spark and glamour of it, but also like the hard work and dedication behind the scenes. Because all we ever see is just how we the stars and the glitz and the glamour, but you never actually really see the hard work behind it. So I really like that. Good old Harry Potter world, or Harry Potter land, or whatever this place is called. Looks like we're in next to Honeydukes and Zonkos. And we're trying to make our way through. This is a cool area. They really get Hogsmeade down well here. Oh, something's going on over here. What is this? Whatever it is, I think they just locked it in.
Oh, yeah, do the stick in there, the magic. Open the door.
Oh, is that what it is? Somebody used their wand? Oh, there we go. Hold on. Okay, nothing's happening. Yeah, I think they're using their wand.
See it when you buy a stick like that.
Yeah. Cool.
Try it.
Hogwarts. Woo! Man, they really went all out here, didn't they? Look at that. How many winged boars have you ever seen in your life? Here we are, deep inside the Harry Potter ride. I believe this is the Hall of Paintings. And I'm being egged on. I have to keep moving down the line because I have no idea what's behind me. Fortunately, I have a girlfriend who's being a seeing eye girlfriend. And wait, what's in here? Oh, it's very dark in here. It's very hard for anybody to see, so obviously this is a bad idea. My girlfriend is telling me she's my girlfriend. I can't say as I would be, upset about that. She's a fine-looking woman, all, but, she's a little loud for me. I'm just saying. We just got off of Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Whoa. That made me sick to my stomach. It was fun, but the 3D kind of, whoa. I get motion sickness, and that hit me. That hit me pretty hard.
Okay, no big deal.
We're on the world-famous studio tours here at Universal Studios.
We'll get those glasses to the Phillips.
We're good to go.
I heard you guys are friends of our driver.
We're about to go on the hour-long tour.
Julie's going to be taking
Looking
us
forward
around
to
the
it.
back lot
I've been on this
today.
twice before. It's really
We're
cool.
going to get going in just a moment here.
Lots of people are talking.
If you're traveling with any little ones, take this time.
I'm not traveling with any little ones, unless you count Trev.
That is the safest spot for you.
If you count Cherub, then yes,
Take a
then
look
she
over
would
to
be
the
a little
left.
one.
Wave goodbye to everyone. Bye.
So here's a thought for you for today. If you were to come across this particular vision at any place other than a theme park, what would you think? I mean, I'm just saying. Me personally, I'm not sure I would stick around. Despicable Me. Definitely one of the coolest rides in the park, if you ask me, because anybody who can be a minion is awesome, obviously, and this gives you a chance to become a minion, so obviously that makes it the most obvious way to become awesome and a minion. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you know, I'm here in line and I'm bored. So one problem with Universal Studios, the lines are ridiculous. We're about to become minions. Shh. We're gonna turn yellow and probably get a single eye. So she'll look good with one eye. I won't look good with one eye. I already have 4. So. Well, we're on our way back to the car. We put in a full day. We're tired. Our feet hurt again. And we are heading back to the ET parking because that's where we parked. And tomorrow we're going to be meeting up with my daughter, having breakfast at 85 degrees. And after that, not sure what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of wing it, decide what we're going to do, and I don't know, just enjoy ourselves. But for now, Universal Studios crossed off the list, and we're heading back to the hotel. Well, we're on the final day of our vacation here. I say final day, more like kind of the last relaxing kind of day before we take a day to drive back. So we're here at the beach, and let me show you real quick so to see the beach that we're currently on. It's a lovely stretch. We're going to be hanging out here for a little while. We just did. We just had breakfast with my daughter at 85 degrees. If you've never been to 85 degrees before, awesome bakery, fantastic, excellent coffee, really hot. So, in fact, it's 85 degrees Celsius, as a matter of fact. But it's really terrific, and I'll catch you guys a little bit later on. But yeah. Sorry about that little interruption there. Had a guy suddenly interrupt us trying to scam some credit information off of us. Oh, lovely guy. Oh, careful. You all right? So we are here at the beach. Let me give you a look-see. So that's where we are now. Cherub's enjoying the cool water and the cool sand underneath her feet. I'm wearing shoes, so I'm not going to be getting any closer than where I am. But she's gonna go enjoy herself out there, and I'm gonna just sort of enjoy the sounds of the surf and the people playing, and kind of just have a nice, relaxing last day here. So on a whim, we decided we were going to go to the Aquarium of the Pacific today. I don't think I've ever been to this particular aquarium, so this will be interesting. Long Beach is beautiful. I mean, I'm going to give you a quick look around to see what I'm seeing. I mean, this place is well kept up. It's so much nicer than what I'm used to living in Manteca and Stockton. It's just, I tell you, it's beautiful here. And I mean, granted, of course, you know, you're paying for the privilege because the cost of living around here is a little bit higher than what you'd expect. But I mean, considering it's California, pretty much everything here is expensive. But in general, this place is beautiful. I could totally understand why people would come here to live. Might be a little busier than typical, but man, everything here is pretty. Oh, there he is. They're showing off a bit. Where are they? Oh, I missed him. There he is. I'm missing them. There he is. You know, it's funny. We spent all that time at Disneyland, and all this time, Dory was here at the Aquarium of the Pacific. Who would have thought? We're on the final day of our vacation, and the inevitable has happened. In every vacation, eventually, you must go shopping. It's a thing. It's practically a mandate. I'm pretty sure like Moses put it in the original 10 Commandments. I can't be certain of that, but it might have been in like it might have been the 11th commandment, but you know, whatever. Definitely shopping a requirement. And so we are doing that today on our way home, and I'm discovering like all sorts of brand names that I had no idea actually existed, but it turns out they're actually pretty nice brands. So it's kind of cool. I'm learning things today. This is you're talking to a guy who's like probably like a Target and Walmart kind of guy, and all of a sudden I'm discovering that there are actual name brands in the world. Who would have thought? Like fancy stuff. For those of you who don't believe I'll eat frog legs, right here. See this? These are frog legs, right here. Nom, 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 nom. See, nobody believes me when I say that I eat frog legs and they're delicious. So, but little do you know, I eat them all the time. Nom, 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 nom. Delicious. Well, we're finally coming to the last leg of our drive home. It's been a long drive. I'm like really tired. Cherub's starting to get a little silly from how tired she is, and I just had some supercharged coffee, and it lasted for about a half an hour before I got tired again. But we've only got about 45 minutes left before we get back home, and thus officially concluding the vacation that we went on. So I just wanted to kind of do a quick outro here and say thank you for joining us on our little vacation. I know you didn't see much of it, but you know, it was fun while it lasted, for me anyway. It's amazing how much you can condense down a week-long vacation into one video. So, so I'm going to do my traditional outro. That's going to do it for this particular episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do the liking and the subscribing and the commenting down below. You guys continue to be absolutely best fans that anybody could ever ask for. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, everyone, always remember that anyone can be a mouse that roars, but it takes someone special to be a lion that squeaks. So embrace your inner lion and squeak on. You want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
I think we're both really ready to be home now.